So I decided I used to collect tons of keys, and I should have watched my other video before I watched this, but I was talking about the protection and shielding video that I made the other day and finally uploaded today. Um, how I wanted to wear an iron pendant. So I went through all of my old boxes, some of my altar boxes. I just don't have space for the altars anymore because I used to have like 4 or 5 altars for different things. It wasn't like I was working on each of them. One was for making stuff, one was my actual altar, one was just like decorative, kind of bring good juju to the house kind of thing. Whatever, tons of stuff. And I collect lots of things, and people always give me pagan-y stuff, and I've been on a pagan path since I was 12, so, or openly about it. So I got lots of crap. I've been giving away boxes of stuff. I have 4 boxes on my desk right now that I want to just take over to the Coffin's house, or the head of the Coffin's house, and try and get rid of it. I still have more boxes to go through. Anyway, besides the point, I went through one of my boxes and I found some of my old keys. I found this huge full cast iron key and I put it on my window immediately, and I was like, hey, this needs to be here. Because I had that, I don't know if you've watched it, I was talking about I had a feeling like you need to put iron on your windows, you need to put iron on your windows. And I'm like, okay. So all I had was iron filings and a couple little things. So I put them like little bottles of iron filings on there. I'm like, this isn't enough. I didn't feel like anybody was directly coming towards me, but it kind of felt like something was going to happen, so I needed to put a little protection up. And I feel weird about these kind of things. I always feel like I'm being new agey or something, where I'm like, someone's attacking me. Or not, that's not new agey. Like, some pagans always feel like people are sending them things that they're cursed. And that's not how I feel. I just feel like there's me shift in things, so I kind of want to prepare for that, you know? And a lot of people that I've known or that I know recently, some things have been happening to them, so I'm kind of preparing in advance. And also how I've been sharing so much of people and on here that I feel like I need to take some extra precautions on things. But yeah. So I found some keys and I checked them for iron content, and I found 2 that were small enough. They're still a little big. They're like this long to wear as necklaces. So I wore one underneath my shirt when I wore my little Knaz bone pendant yesterday. And I just meant because I was wearing 2 necklaces, so I don't know if you've seen the video, but you didn't see the key. But it was fine all day. Like, I felt okay, and then I felt kind of like I was sick a little bit already because I had a headache because I'm starting my woman thing this month, or right now. So TMI, but I don't care. And so I have an inherited anemia condition. So if you watch another video about protection and shielding, you'll know about that, how I feel that the lack of iron or the ability to hold in iron is part of the issue I have with my perfect shielding. So I was going to wear iron, and I wanted to buy a pendant, but not a lot of pendants or stuff that I could find online were made out of iron. And I found like a couple, but they're like 20 bucks. And I'm like, I can't afford that right now. So I'll just wear the key. So the key was fine all night. And I don't want to talk about too much stuff that's going on in the coven or about people because I feel kind of terrible about doing that. But there was one individual who I never had a problem with her. She doesn't bother me as a person. But her energy is very, not bad, but like panicky. Like I feel like she's constantly on the verge of having a panic attack or freaking out. So it's almost like chaotic, like there's something always boiling underneath her little lid. Like there's something, her little lid. I don't mean like her brain or something. She's a pot and there's like hot water in there that's boiling. It's just ready, waiting to like start steaming out. And it's nothing wrong with her, just I can't deal with that energy. And last night, it was funny because before nobody's really talked about it. And she left for a while and came back. But last night everyone could feel it. And I was like, hey, thank God it's not just me. But my iron pendant, when we started to sit down and we were getting ready to start doing things, started burning me. It wasn't burning like flesh, like, oh, hot. But it was that feeling like, on hot summer nights when it's like humid, where like sometimes when you're sleeping, it'll get like really hot in certain places and like sweaty, muggy. I wasn't sweaty, but it was getting that like muggy feeling, like swampy, but not like I was stinking up the place and getting Fuji. Just like that heated feeling, but it was steamy. Like hot air, kind of hot, wet air. And warmth, like too much of it. Like I had to take it off, and I get this voice in my head like, take it off, take it off. And I was like, no, I don't want to. I'm supposed to be wearing it for protection. I don't want to be wearing it, wearing it during ritual, because that's when I'm open. So, or well, I'm always open, but I meant like other people are working their juju. I don't want any of that on me. And then, I don't think there's enough iron in there to really fully protect me anyway. But, I don't like wear cast iron boots. So I took it off and put it in the bag next to me just in case I wanted to grab it. And yeah, I feel like the reason it heated up is because it was working. It was working, but it was too much. Like I feel like it had to come off. Like I couldn't take that warmth. It was just like constantly focusing on it, and it happened really quickly. Like suddenly, it just like started to get burning, and I'm like, okay. So I put it. I was on my skin, so I took it off, put it on top of my shirt. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just a skin reaction or something. But then it was still getting hot through my shirt, and I was like, oh, okay, something's working, but it needs to come off now, and it needs to stay by me, but it can't be on me. So next time I'm thinking if she's there, I'm going to be wearing it again, or wear it in my pocket on my left side, because that's where I draw things in. I mean, everything comes towards you, but I feel like I can't really wear it on my skin when she's around. And there's a couple of other individuals. There's two people in the group I know of that have very strong energy that's not controlled. So there's nothing wrong with them, because I know I'm not perfect either. I'm not like I don't have all my energy perfect and all my things perfect. So, like some people in the group, you can tell that everything they're shit under control. But whatever. I'm not talking crap about them. Like I would tell this to them, like, hey, I can't really handle it. But that's why I'm not really gonna name names though, because I don't need to hear through a video if they're watching. But so yeah, I feel like that was a good choice to wear the iron, and then I noticed some things, and I had put it in a bag of lodestones overnight with another key, because I was gonna use that other key to have Mama, which is our leader, kind of not our leader. That sounds so weird, like we're a cult. She's like the head. She's like runs everything basically. Draw some protective symbols on my back with it. And it's funny because I'd worn the one pendant all day, and I had my friend Jesse feel them. He said, well, it feels like there's like a low pulse, like two things pulling on the one key that had been in the lodestones. He said, like a heartbeat. And then he felt the lodestones. And he said, yeah, it's like comparing like two different notes going at the same time. And I was like, well, if you put two lodestones together, it's supposed to be, I call them the mama and the papa, or lodestones. And that one sends things bad juju away, when it brings in good things. And so I see them as mom and dad, kind of in a sense. Not, I don't personally see them as my mom and dad, but mama and papa lodestones. And he's like, yeah, kind of like that, like they're working. And I was like, yeah, if you bring two together, they draw love and stuff too. So, and then I let him touch the pendant that I had been wearing all day that hadn't been on the lodestone since like many, many hours before, and he couldn't feel it there. So I thought that was cool too. I was like, it was interesting to get his reaction off different things. I like doing that to other people to see how they feel about things, energy-wise and whatnot. But yeah, so that's it. I guess the iron does work. I didn't want to wear anything. I was kind of worried about wearing things during ritual too, because I didn't want it to mess with any of the energy that they might have been trying to work. But it didn't seem to bother anybody. One girl even ran out and got her prayer beads and threw them on for the ritual, because that's what she had for her thing with this woman. But yeah. It's sad that I have like so many sensitive people. They're all kind of like, I can feel it. There's something there. It's not calm. So, but yes, that is all. So thank you for watching.